What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thingos back again for another video, and today I'm going to be talking about Invincible yet again with a very interesting topic today, and that is what exactly happened with Nolan Grayson, aka Omni-Man, when he flew up into space and dipped out and left in the season 1 finale of Invincible. Now there's going to be obviously spoilers in this video, and before I start, man, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you fuck with this channel, you know, in videos like this. Share it around, hit the like button to let YouTube know that you fuck with me, man. And you already know we about to get into this topic. So now, for those of you who watched the animated series, this is in the season finale when Omni-Man flies off and goes into space after his big confrontation and reveal to his actual intentions and stuff like that on Earth and his fight with his son, and all those revelations came out and shit like that, and all that death and carnage that happened in the wake of their battle. And then when he flew off and left, we're going to be talking about what happened after that. And also, I think this happened around issue 25 or 26. It was touched on in the comic book series, so that, you know, kind of like gives you the, you know, the layout of both mediums. But anyway, so when Omni-Man left, he pretty much knew at that point that he was a changed person. He knew he couldn't kill his son, therefore he knew he wasn't able to do what the Viltrumites would expect him to do, kill his son, because he's pretty much weak in their rule set, you know, how they look at things. He would be labeled as weak. Kill him, continue to do what you were supposed to do with Earth, get it ready for Viltrumite takeover, or just go ahead and take it over yourself. He couldn't do that shit, so he got up out of there, whoosh, and then he ended up just sitting down on a meteor or asteroid for a while as he pondered his thoughts, thinking about what to do next. And he came up with the idea of, you know what, if I can find another planet, maybe not as good as Earth, but still another planet, and taking over, maybe my punishment will be lessened. Maybe I'll be able to kind of finagle my way and finesse up out of this, you know. So he goes to another planet called the Thraxan homeworld. Now, the Thraxan kind of sound real close to the Flaxians, but trust me, they're different. The Flaxians are the ones that are kind of green with the antennas that, you know, they come to the dimension and then they leave and then they come right back, and, you know, like the time works different where they're from. And then Omni-Man ended up fucking up their entire planet within like seconds, you know. So yeah, there's that. But no, they're completely different from the Thraxans. Now the Thraxans, they're like this praying mantis insect like race. They look like bugs. They look like praying mantises. They can stand up and walk, females and males. The thing about them is that, similar to the Flaxians, they age quick too, but their lifespan is roughly about 9 months. So I think Omni-Man said, like, in half a year, I think he said, like, in half a year, like in a year, like you didn't already live like damn near a whole generation or some shit. Like, I don't know, I ain't doing the math and shit, I'm high right now, but the point is, their lifespan is 9 months, right? So the cool thing about this is that it's done in like this interesting reveal type way in the comic, and I hope they do it like this in the show too, where you don't really know what's going on. You don't really know like where Invincible is headed or nothing like that. It's just kind of thrown in your face. Similar to him, he goes to his mom's real quick, rushing because he's late, kind of like he's always is. Remind me of Spider-Man. But anyway, rushes back home to dinner with his mom. Then all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. His mom goes to answer the door, and lo and behold, it's fucking Science Dog. Now in the animated series, this might be Science Dog, or however you pronounce that shit. I think it's stupid. I mean, I know it was some legal stuff that they had to go through that probably made it hard for them to do this. I really don't understand completely why. Maybe I need to look that up, get the details, and make a video on that. But Science Dog is a cool little character, so it would have been cool to have the actual real Science Dog that we see in the comic book series of Invincible be portrayed in the animated series, but that's a whole different thing. But I still think they could do this same plot point like this, even though if I put money on it, they're probably still going to change it. Even though it's a cool moment, they probably might still change it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think they do. They need to, but it makes sense as to why they chose this decision to turn turn into this, or okay, so let me slow down. Let me take it back. So one of the Thraxans was sent by Nolan because Nolan went to this planet when he left Earth. Now, one of the Thraxans sent by Nolan dressed up as Science Dog with like a little exoskeleton suit and came to Earth to present themselves to Mark to get them to come back to the planet so that his dad can see him again, talk to him, and request his help on something. Now, he knew it would be hard to just get Mark to just leave like that, especially with all the stuff going around, centered around Earth, you know, the Global Defense Agency, the Guardians of the Globe, Cecil, and what Nolan did to Earth prior to him leaving. So it was a lot of things in that. So he had to find out a way to kind of like get to his son, let him know he wanted to talk to him without letting him know he wanted to talk to him. He couldn't just say, hey, it's Dad, come to this planet so you can talk to me. He had to be secretive with everything. So he got one of the Thraxan people bugs to dress up as Science Dog, his favorite comic book character. His dad remembered how much he loved that character, sent them there so that they could talk to Mark and convince them to come. But it's funny as fuck because as soon as Mark hears his mom screaming that Science Dog is out the door, he just instantly just flies into it and attacks that shit. It's funny as hell. They just get into a fight. He like, look, this was not supposed to happen, bro. I was trying to come to you in a non-threatening way, trying to make you feel comfortable. He like, nigga, you a big ass dog dressed in clothes, bro. Like, you a fucking cartoon character come to life. Like, how is that not threatening? I thought that was funny. I really hope they keep this scene exactly as is, minus the change of Science Dog in the animated series, but I don't know, man. They've changed some things here and there that I didn't agree with, even though season 1 was still great. I don't know if they're going to keep this in there, but I really hope they do. But anyway, this leads to Mark going like making a decision to actually leave. You know, he used a couple of minutes to get his affairs in order, tell people that he's going to be gone and stuff like that. Cecil really doesn't want him to go. He disagrees with it completely. He doesn't even have any background information on the alien. He doesn't know nothing about that alien, their race, where they're from. He's going into unknown territory, and on top of that, while he was in the ship leaving, the radio cut out. So his boss Cecil doesn't want him to go. You know what I'm saying? He's going against his will, even though he doesn't really follow his orders anyway. I mean, come on, Cecil is in charge and shit like that, but Invincible can honestly do whatever the fuck I mean, to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, he made the decision to go, and this is a great thing that he did because a lot happened because of this visit. When he get to the Thraxan homeworld, he meets back up with his father in a touching scene that I really can't wait to be animated because I really love this moment in the comic. You get this beautiful big page of artwork of Nolan standing there in like this different outfit because he's like the monarch of this planet. He's like the ruler, and he has no idea that the Thraxan that brought him there is bringing him to his father. He just knows that he's being brought to the monarch of this planet. We don't even know at the time. You know, it's done good with the writing and everything, but then you get the reveal. And it's Nolan standing there, and he's just like, hello, son. And then Mark just standing there just like, what the fuck? Like, Dad? And then they make it seem like his fists clench up. They make it seem like it's about to be another fight, round 2. But he just goes up to his father and embraces him, just hugs him, and just started crying, just saying, Dad. And then it makes Nolan just, you know, just stop, and he just unclenches his fist. He was about to beat the shit out of his son again, but he unclenches his fist as well, and he hugs Invincible back. And you know, it's just a real touching scene. At this point, they hadn't seen each other for a while, you know, so it was a big moment. So I feel like they're probably going to do this at some point in season 2, probably in the middle of the season, maybe at the end of the season, but I don't know. I mean, they got most of the stuff out that he does while his dad is gone done in season 1 with a lot of the in-between episodes and stuff. So, you know, they did a great way, like I told you, with how they mixed things up, how they balanced the first season. They turned it into more of a long mystery that dragged out into the end of the season, while he handled all the other things that he did while his father was gone in the comic in the background while his dad was still there. So the second season, I said the sex season, what the fuck? Been watching too much Nip Tuck. The second season might just gear straight into it, and we might not really get too much. I mean, you know, unless they put some more filler up in there and give us maybe some characters that, you know, like some side characters and maybe their stories and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff they can do and play around with, but I feel like they could just get right into the story arc, no problem, without wasting too much time. We're definitely gonna see this in season 2. And what's cool about it is that when he meets up with his father, he's just like, look, son, fuck all the bullshit. I abandoned my post. I don't want to go back home without nothing to show for it. Really, I don't want to go back home at all. The Viltrumites, they know I abandoned my post, bruh. They know, like, I'm a traitor right now. They are sending people for me, bruh. On top of that, I've been digging in the guts of one of these Thraxan female bugs over here, and you have I'm about to say a son. What the fuck? You have a little brother. Yes, this is when we get introduced to another major character in the cast of Invincible, and that is Oliver. That is Mark Grayson's little brother. That's Omni-Man's second son that he had with one of the Thraxan females. And it's crazy. You get introduced to him out of nowhere. That's just another plot point brought to us. But he's pretty much, you know, it's all happening so fast. Mark has to, you really got to give Mark credit, man. He has to digest all of this information, and then he has to, like, you know, he has to deal with it, and then he has to, like, process it all so quickly, you know, at the point of, like, so much shit is happening, as you know, as he's learning about it. As soon as he learns about all of this, you have another Thraxan soldier running in, and they just like, sire, like, you know, you have to come out here right now. We in some shit. You know, he ain't say that for real, but that's pretty much like what's going on. He like, we fucked up. And then when they ran outside, you get to see that there's 3 Viltrumite soldiers that have been sent to straight up eliminate well, anything that's close to Omni-Man and bring him back to be, you know, sentenced and probably executed, or, you know, whatever punishment they have for him. So they came there with a mission. 3 Viltrumites, all of them, you know what I'm saying, strong as hell. Viltrumites don't play no games, don't get me wrong. There is a power system, I guess. There isn't really like a ranking system. I mean, there is, but it's like there's stronger Viltrumites and there's weaker Viltrumites. But it doesn't matter, because a Viltrumite is a fucking Viltrumite at the end of the day. And there's 3 of these niggas, led by this one, I think his name is, damn, bro, I just seen his name, bro. And he ain't really that memorable of a character, even though I ain't gonna lie. That last attack he did was dope as fuck. I think his name Lanson or something like that. If I'm correct me in the comments, the bald-headed black one, Lanson, something like that. If I got it wrong, like I said, please let me know. I cannot remember his name to save my life, but he had a funny little introduction where he was so shocked at the fact that Nolan had another baby, and he just told his other son that he abandoned before. He was just like, I can't believe this nigga did this shit, bro. Like, what the fuck? And then Invincible just said, tell me about it. Bing! And just hit him in the back of his head. Flew out the way. That was a funny little scene. I laughed at that. But the point is, we have Nolan and Mark, Invincible and Omni-Man versus 3 Viltrumites. And Nolan, he makes quick work of Lanson. I know I'm gonna just keep calling him Lanson. I'm sorry if it's wrong, but he makes quick work of him off screen. I hope we get to see that fight on screen in the animated series, but we don't get to see what really happens with him. So it's really just 2-on-2, which is an epic fight. You get this dope ass splash page that covers like 2 pages, and it's just beautiful, gory goodness that just shows all the blows being thrown back to back in each fight between you know what I'm saying, Omni-Man and this one Viltrumite and Invincible and this other one, and they just going at it. It's just beep 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 beep. Like, bro, they just going at it, man. Like, it's so bloody and just visceral, and this is all on just one big ass page, really 2 pages. So imagine when they animate this and they could really just show the damage and the raw power of these blows that are being thrown, and just the grabs and just the bings. Oh my god, I can't wait to see this shit animated. It's gonna be so epic, bro. It looks so good. And the cool thing about it is that Invincible, Yeah, he still be getting his ass beat, but you can see that he is getting stronger to be able to fight against one of these Viltrumites and go blow for blow with them for quite a while, even though he did lose and his dad had to help him out on multiple occasions in this fight. You see that he is like actively getting better, and you see that he's stronger than he has been before. Just the fact that he's able to hold his own against one of them for as long as he did is a feat in itself. But you also get to see how strong Nolan is while fighting against other Viltrumites, because this is the first time we actually get to see that. So we get to see how he matches up against other Viltrumites, and he pretty much wrecks these guys, man. If it wasn't for Lanson's like surprise attack just coming up behind him, just bing, just slamming on him and breaking his back, folding it inwards, yeah, we would they definitely would have won, man. This fight was brutal. They fought until anybody could stand, and then surprisingly, the Viltrumites actually gave medical care to Mark as they left, and they told him, "We are appointing you. We're gonna make you in charge of Earth. You're gonna take over the same orders that your father had. We realized that your retaliation against us was just because of your father." You know what I'm saying? They took his dad away. They said, "We giving you 100 years to complete the task," and Mark just confused as fuck. He like, whatever, but he passes out. And then after that, you see him help the Thraxians rebuild their world, and he's asked by Omni-Man's mate, or his female Thraxian that he had. You see that she's already getting old due to the aging that I talked to her about earlier. Them aging in like 9 months. You see her already visibly getting older than what she was before, and she tells Mark, "Hey, can you take my son? Can you take your little brother? Can you take Oliver?" He doesn't have the name Oliver at the time. That comes later. But she's like, "Can you take him with you back to Earth? Like, his aging is already slowing, and at the rate that he's growing, he's gonna outlive like so many lifetimes here. He can't grow up here." Mark agrees, and he takes his little brother back to Earth, and that's how he actually meets back up with his mom. When she walks back in the house, he talks to her, and in that weird outfit that he got from being on that planet, but kind of gives her the layout of what's going on real quick, tells her what's been going on with his father and how he really has become a changed man because of his time on Earth, kind of giving her a little hope about them maybe rekindling some kind of love. You see her asking him, did he say anything about me? It's honestly kind of sad, but it's still a greatly done scene, and few pages, hopefully a good scene in the animated series. But he also just presents to her, "Oh yeah, here, by the way, this is my baby brother. Can't really take him nowhere else. It isn't really nothing I can do with him. He has to go somewhere. I need help, Ma. Can you like raise him?" I feel so bad for Debbie in this situation. Not only did she get betrayed, and not only did all this shit happen to her from Nolan, the man that she loved and devoted her entire life to. Out of nowhere, she had to find out about her husband and what's going on with him from her son and all this stuff that happened. And then boom, he just dropped the damn son on her that she didn't know nothing about. Like, so that's funny. It's fucked up, but I'm like, damn, Debbie, like, she is a very strong woman that needs to be commended for her resolve and what she goes through in this series, man. So just the mental gymnastics, bro. But yeah, man, that's pretty much how this story arc kind of ends, and it opens up the door to so much more stuff to happen in the future. There's a really good conversation and back and forth between Cecil and Mark, where Mark tells him, like, "Look, I know you helped me out with my college and my mom and with our money and everything, but I'm gonna do what I feel is right, bro. Like, I don't do what I do for you because this shit is a job, like you saying, nigga. I do what I do because I feel like it's right and it's the right thing to do." And Cecil just like, "Look, I just need you to trust me more, man." He like, "I trust you when I actually do something, you feel me, and I see that it's wrong, bro, and I see that your call was right. Until that moment, bro, I'm gonna do what I feel is right. I'm gonna do what I gotta do." That's straight up like what was going on. But it was kind of like a heated confrontation, not really a fight, but it was a really good scene to kind of let you see what's gonna happen more in the future between their back and forth. But all in all, man, I really like this whole little section of the story, and this is all the stuff that happens after Nolan leaves Earth. And yeah, he gets taken by the Viltrumite Empire, and you know, that's more stories and more plot points to come later that, you know, I'll be talking about, and we'll hopefully get to see represented well in the animated series, man. So let me know what you think about this video, man. If you like what happens in this story arc, if you think it's going to be adapted well, if this is one of the things you're super excited to see, what else are you super excited to see, man? Also, I was talking primarily about Omni-Man and what happens with him when he leaves and stuff like that, but there's a whole different side section to this on what is happening on Earth with the Guardians of the Globe, Cecil, and another villain called Omnipotus that I'm actually going to be talking about in a separate video, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, guys, hope you really enjoyed this one, and if you want to join the group Viltrumites Take Flight, be sure to check that out. Look it up on Facebook, and be sure to hit the link in the description for the Discord, Invincible Disciples, the IDs. And also, if you want to fuck with me on PSN too, man, fuck with me, bruh. Starlord 954, but it's 2 R's though. STARR Lord 954. Check me out, man. I'm gonna be you know, probably playing like a lot in the coming days, bro. I'll be on Call of Duty and shit like that, so anybody want to play with me on that, bro, then check me out. But anyway, man, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. Until next time, peace.